sitting position, anywhere that, everything that feels nice for you. Placing your hands in a comfortable spot. I want to go hands down for myself today, just because hands down is energetically a grounding position, and hands palms up is energetically a lifting position, right? So I've been thrown out of my own routine from all the moving and this. I feel a little flighty, a little spacey. So I'm going to be palms down for myself, just to kind of ground and calm a little bit. Bringing your body weight back into your sit bones, closing the eyes, sitting tall through the spine. And just starting to bring attention into your breath. Taking some joy in just feeling and noticing the breath move in and out of the body. Enjoying this quiet and peaceful moment just for yourself. And even though we're all apart, knowing we're all sharing this energy and this time together. And then allowing your eyes to flood or open. And we're going to do a little move I call cherry picking. You're going to reach an arm up, and then you're going to do the other. And all you're going to do, that's all you're going to do, is just kind of reach and sort of grab, wiggle the fingers, and then reach and wiggle the fingers. You can roll the wrist as well. And it's almost like taking little mini side bends, or kind of like if you just woke up and you're stretching, and your pace is up to you. But we're just getting that lengthening of the torso. We're opening up our shoulders, spine, upper back. So as you pull an arm down, you could even kind of squeeze the shoulder back into the spine a little bit, and that'll give you a nice contraction and opening there as well. You could even pull a little forward and add a little bit of a neck stretch into it. So this is kind of a exploring, a gently warming and opening pose and series. And of course, if it's feeling just marvelous, you can do a few more, but then we're going to go into a forward fold. And inhale, reach the arms up and high. Exhale, forward fold. Letting the stretch move into your low back, move into your hips, your thighs. You might even bring a little wiggle, a little movement into the ribs, into the hips. And begin to walk yourself up. And changing the cross or the extension of the legs. Here, we're taking a little twist. Your inhale, reach the arms up to the sky. Twist it over to your right. Exhale. Gazing out far back behind you, or as always, you can bring some movement to the neck if that's what you're needing today. And sometimes that movement to the neck with the twist allows you to get some spots in your upper back between the shoulders that you may not usually get to. Return. Inhale, sky. Over to the left. Take what you need. Big breath through the belly. Your tongue at the bottom of your mouth, your jaw soft. single breath. Inhale, sky. Over to the right. Center. Left. Center. Forward. Exhale, reach. Stretch it out. Again, really embrace and invite this practice and finding that joy of just breathing deeply, that joy of moving the body, of creating sensation, of opening. And walk it up. Shifting forward, come into all fours, your tabletop. Arms under shoulders, elbows soft. Our fingers facing forward, flat hands and knuckles. If you ever need a little bit less in the wrist, you can do a wrist lift. You can also come onto your fists anytime. Knees under the hips. Inhales, open belly, heart. Look up to the sky, your cow. Exhales, pull the navel in, rounding to your cat. Keep it going. Warming your spine, back muscles. On those exhales, really squeeze navel into the spine. Feel that core contraction. Rolling hips and neck as you like. Changing directions of the hands as to what feels good. And your next breath coming into a neutral spine, bringing your knees together and touching here. Right leg, inhale, lift it up and open behind you. Keeping your belly pulled in, your low ribs pulled in, so no saddle back, no cow back. Create that kind of a little cat feeling, that start pulling into the core. As you exhale, bring that knee toward the right shoulder as much as you can. You're going to feel that contraction, that squeeze, that warmth. Inhale, take it back. Exhale, squeeze to the shoulder. One more time. Inhale back. Exhale to squeeze. Stay here, stay here. The right foot, now we step it to the outside of the right hand. So moving into your lizard, the back knee can stay where it is, but as you feel comfortable doing so, just walk the back knee out behind you enough to start to feel that sensation around your hips, your thighs. Stay up on the hands. You can come down to one elbow or two. Chest and head can find the ground. And you're just going to explore your lizard. So you can roll your hips side to side or circles. You can even go all the way over to the side of that left hip and horizon. This right knee can hug into the shoulder. It can drop out away from the shoulder. So you build a little bit of heat in that right hip first with those contractions, warming in a touch, and then we let the hip open. And of course, anytime you're in a lizard, you always have crooked monkey as an option for you, which means you bend your back leg and take the right hand back for the foot, and you might hug that foot into the body. Now that's going to give you a stretch in your quad, top of the thigh, front of the hip, and you don't have to do it the whole time. But it feels good for me today, so breathe. And then we'll gently release it. Returning up to your hands. So stay here. Your back knee, walk it in. Returning the knee under the hip. Nice. Stay there. So now again, we have both knees are bent 90 degrees, right? Kind of where we started. This right hand to the inside of your foot, and you're going to bring the left arm up to the sky. So if you want to rotate that bottom leg a little bit to kind of help the hip and the torso open, that's fine. Gazing up if we can. Nice. Stay here. One more inhale, reaching through the fingers. As you exhale, bring it down. Right elbow is now going to come onto the thigh, and we're going to go up again. Inhale, reach it up. So kind of similar to side angles, a little gentle way. Now you can stay here. You can go back down to the floor if you prefer, or you might want to practice a little binding today. The top arm wraps around your low back. This front hand goes underneath your thigh, and the hands might find each other. If you want to do a half bind, this left hand just looks for the flesh of the right thigh, even as the elbow or the bottom hand is down, right? So this is kind of getting into shoulder work a little bit. It's a lot of heat and action also for your upper back, and it's really opening for the torso here. So it's kind of your choice, a little adventure. You can just keep an arm up to the sky and move it around if you want to. Bring a little bit of a tuck in your tailbone just to keep your core engaged, a little squeeze of your sit bone muscles. Nice. Wherever you are, just one more inhale to gaze up to the sky as much as you can. And return both hands down at the inside of the foot. Should feel a nice release. Take that right foot, bring it back. Both feet, step one foot out behind you, then the other, and just stretch back, yeah? Pressing through the heels, a little release. Hopefully your whole right hip and leg and side body kind of feel a bit different than the other. Nice. So let's even all that out. Recenter, arms under shoulders, knees together and touching our fingers flat, unless you're doing fists or a wrist lift. Actually, even a wrist lift, your fingers are flat. Left leg, inhale, lift. And again, be careful not to do that cow saddle back, right? Pull in through the low ribs in the core like you would for cat pose. As you exhale, bring the knee toward the shoulder, controlled and slow. Imagine touching that shoulder. Inhale, take it back. Exhale, squeeze. Pushing through the arms. One more time, inhale back, where the leg is going just straight back. It doesn't have to go up to the ceiling or anything. And exhale, squeeze. Now taking this left foot and step it to the outside of that left pinky finger. From there, back leg comes behind you just as much as you want. It doesn't even have to move if it's not in your body today. Dipping into your lizard. High on the hands, low to an elbow or two or chest. Maybe that dip over to the right hip. Front knee hugging in or dropping out to the side. This side's a little tighter. Maybe your crooked monkey, left hand reaching back for the foot. And stay connected, stay aware, keep feeling your breath. Noticing your jaw, your tongue, your own mind. And Gently begin to return to your hands if you're not there already. Walking your back knee in. And when you're ready, right arm to the sky. Breathe. Maybe that bottom arm is pressing a little bit into that front leg. Yeah, sometimes that front leg likes to buckle inward. And we want to press that knee a little bit out. Reaching through both arms, that bottom arm pushing through the ground, top arm reaching to the ceiling. Feel all that length and space you can create in your body. With your exhale, take it down. Left elbow on top of the thigh, and we open up again. Reach. So again, notice the different sensations. Notice if you have more or less space in this pose. Stay here. Maybe that bottom hand felt better going down. Top arm, it can wrap around your low back, maybe touching the top or inside of that left thigh. But maybe left hand comes under and the hands might find each other. If they do, if you're kind of new to the binding, you might be kind of low in your bind, and that's okay. But as you start to get more comfortable through time, you kind of bring your body up again and sort of realign with the top of your thigh. And that binding gets all the way up into your shoulders, upper back, big chest opener. Big breath. Be mindful of your front knee and make sure it's not buckling inward. Press it out. One more inhale, open heart, gaze high. And release it down. Exhale. Yes. Returning that left knee back. And again, step one foot out behind you, then the other. Feel that difference. All right, from here, we're going to open up our knees a little bit wide. You're going to curl your toes, and we're going to kind of walk backward. We're going to start to work ourselves into a little squat, yeah? So we're going to lift those knees. Knees are open, and your toes are turned out. That's cool. And you might start to stretch your heels toward the ground as much as you can, yeah? If the heels don't quite touch the floor, it's okay, but maybe you have a blanket or a towel or something you can kind of tuck underneath the empty space of the heels so that your heels can relax right into the blanket, kind of like the way you prop up a one-legged pigeon under the hip, yeah? Allowing you to kind of melt. So a few options here, and we can always come out anytime as you need less or more. I'm going to open my feet just a touch wider. That's going to feel more comfortable. There you go. So you can stay with your hands on the ground for a little support. Kind of looks like a frog. You're going to either, you can push your legs out further with the elbows, hands to heart. So here, we're feeling a lot for your low back, your hips, your thighs. You can take that sensation deeper by stretching forward as the tailbone pulls back. I can wiggle side to side. We can also bring activation for the upper back and shoulders by bringing your arms up to the sky. They could be open, interlaced, palms, even just touching. But our goal here is to keep the arms either even with the ears or behind the ears. You're going to feel all of that in the upper back, right? Try not to drop your head down for that. It's cheating. Breathe wherever you are. Tighten your pelvic floor. Maybe you're exploring all the different options. That's cool. Do that. Give yourself wherever you are one more inhale just to create some space. Going into a forward fold. So the hands will come down, shift a little bit of weight. Toes forward. Ooh, beautiful release. And hang it down. So you're just going to hang here for a little bit. You can always come out anytime. Hands are first kind of forward fold, sort of first kind of big hamstring opener. So you might open your feet a little bit wider, but the toes facing forward. You might bend your knees or alternate the bend of the knees. Sway. Any variations that feel wonderful to you. Breathe. Tight pelvic floor. Tongue at the bottom of your mouth. And hands to your shins, lengthen halfway up. Just take a moment to find that length. And then walk it all the way up to standing. Yeah, I'm going to take off my sweater. This little fireplace over here emits heat. A little bit of heat. All right. So from here, we're in our standing position. Let's just take a few opening breaths here. So your inhale, reach out and up. Oh, I can touch the ceiling. Exhale, arms out and down. 2 more. Inhale, lift. And down. You might add a little back bend for this next one. Inhale, reach, maybe reach it back. Hips forward, heart up. And down. Nice. So we're going to turn to one side. And it does not matter which side you turn to. We're only going to do it on the one side. And turn to the side. You're going to open up into a nice wide angled position, right? Lighten up the feet. Turn your toes slightly inward. Pigeon toe. Press into the outer edges of your feet. We're going to go into our forward. Actually, no, I lied. We're going to take our hands behind us first. Interlace. Palms face each other. Maybe they touch. Pull those shoulders back. Roll them down. Open up the chest. Now we'll go forward. So you might bend your knees if you need less intensity. I'm going to actually need to move a little bit so I have room. So I'm going to be, slippery floor. We're all learning, huh? Forward fold. Go ahead. I take my socks off. Oh yeah, there we go. Then I won't slip so much. All right. So if you're a little bit tight today, your elbows might be bent. You might have your hands staying in contact with your back. Knees can be bent. And you might even have it sway, bending one knee then the other. If it feels good, roll the shoulders in the socket. You might even try to look at your own tailbone through the legs. Breathe. And gently let the hands release to the ground. Feel all that difference. Halfway up, press to the ground. All right, so I'm going to be facing you and mirroring you, but you're hopefully still facing sideways. Take it to a side lunge. You're going to bend your right knee and just kind of walk the hands over. Let those hips dip as much as you can. So if you're a little bit tight today, you might stay kind of halfway. You might even prop up on top of that right thigh if it's pretty tight. That's okay. As you start to get more comfortable, the hips go low and your left toes point up to the sky. Of course, you could sit all the way down to the ground, but I think that actually kind of takes away some of the stretch, so I keep it off. And you play a little bit. So you can come out any time, returning to the forward fold. You might shift a little weight forward and backward or a little side to side. This right heel can lift up. It can go down. Kind of like in our yoga squat or malasana, right? All those little options. You could stretch it forward. Big stretch for the thighs and hips. You could reach it up to the sky. Maybe one arm out. You could even take a bind here, again, upper back and shoulders, right? That right arm coming down in front and around your leg. So that's a half bind right there. So that's a lot for that shoulder right there. That's perfect. Maybe your other hand comes around and the hands find each other. And again, if you're kind of new to binding and tight, you might be a little bit forward in your bind. That's okay. As you explore, you might be able to open the chest toward the ceiling. It's not required or necessary. All right, let's come back through the wide angle. So inhale halfway up, lengthen. Ooh, feel that release. Exhale, stretch it down to center. Yum, yum. Inhale, lengthen again. And let's even out those sides. Go to your left knee. And we're here for a while, so even if you're not quite super low in the beginning, just kind of easing gently, right? Not trying to force, just wherever your body can do today, and taking less as you need to, little breaks as you need to. It's all right. It's cold, right? So our muscles may not feel as open as they normally would if it was like warm weather. Or you might just be playing at center. You might be going forward. Maybe you like to reach it high. Maybe that left arm comes around the front of the leg in a half bind or a full bind. Your choice. Okay, I was hoping that was you. Do you want her leash? And then we'll return to that halfway up. Inhale, lengthen, wide angle. Ooh, so good. Exhale, fold it down. Beautiful, beautiful. Halfway lengthen again. Engage your core, right? Kind of like you're doing a little bit of a cat's pose, tiny bit. Take your hands to your hips and then use that core to bring it all the way up. All right, and I have to settle in there for a second. And then gently walk or hop the feet back together, front to the mat. Take a moment to roll out your ankles to alternate directions. Press into the tops of your feet. And we return to our forward fold. Excuse me. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, all the way down. Halfway. Exhale, I'm going to lead you either your choice of down dog, or you can go to a child pose or some cats and cows, right? So your choice. If you're in down dog, just explore and play a little bit. Even if any of your poses, if you're on all fours, you can explore there. If you're child pose, you can wiggle your hips or walk the arms left and right. And if you're with me in down dog, go ahead and come down to all fours. Nice. Stretch as you need to. All right, I forgot to bring my watch, so I have to watch the time. Okay, cool. So let us take us into a lovely thread the needle. Recentering your tabletop, right arm, inhale, lift it up to the sky. And exhale, sweep it through, shoulder and head to the ground. And settle in. Imagine stacking your shoulders. Take all the variations you love. You can bring a foot out. Your top arm can stay where it is, over the head, half bind, circles. Lots of places to play. Shifting your body weight around to work into those tight spots of the shoulder, of the back. Gentle sensation for your neck, where we're not trying to crank the neck. Breathe. This has always been one of my favorite shoulder and upper back stretches, and beautiful twist as well. Big belly breath. And taking your absolute time, enjoy the journey along the way. Return to cats and cows. Notice if you tend to rush. And when you find your next inhale, left arm up to the sky, find all that reach and space. And sweep it through. And breathe. Breathing with intention, with purpose. Existing in this pose, in this moment, with intention, with purpose, with awareness. And doing our best not to let the mind or the breath go to autopilot. Any variations you love. And very gently, cats and cows, take your time.
You and I live so far. Bag of balloons with the money we spent. Set them free, I could break with mine. So one by one, they were all gone. Back at base, bugs in the software. Flash the message, something's out there. Floating in the sun.
And your next breath coming down to your sit bones. Okay. So we're going to start to move into a traditional one-legged pigeon. We're going to get into it a little bit interesting way today. You're going to take your legs and pinwheel them over to the right. I'm sorry, the left. So this is your right leg in front, yeah? And we're going to bring that right foot to touch the left knee, a little contact right there. And at this moment, the front shin is about parallel to the front of the mat as much as it can be. This right knee kind of at the edge of the mat. Inhale, sit up nice and tall. Walk it forward. Exhale. Any amount. You might sway a little left and right, kind of easing into the hips, low back. So sometimes this variation of the pose is enough, and you could stay here. If you'd like, if you want to get into the pose differently, that's cool. But today I'm just teaching to go back a little bit. So this left knee just starts to keep going back and back and back and back. And then it starts to eventually straighten and straighten, trying to get to the middle of the mat and rolling the thigh and the hip down as much as you can. You kind of use those back toes to sort of maneuver around a little bit, and that might mean your front leg has to change, right? Maybe it means it comes in a little bit for less intensity. That's okay. And we still kind of meander into the pose as low as you like. And again, if you love different variations of it, go for it. If you can, and if you'd like to, support your head. Breathing deeply.
Dreams I heard, everyone read. It's all over. I'm standing here in this dust. The words are still. If I could find one souvenir, just to prove the world is here. Here it is, a red balloon. And I think of you and let it go.
And then we'll slowly begin to reverse. I might even take a little kind of up dog stretch here for a moment. Just feels good sometimes. And from here, taking this back leg, return it up, swing both legs around front, and give them a nice little shake out. And I'm not going to shake myself out too much, because the whole RV kind of shakes. Oh, actually, that's not too bad. Okay. No more downstairs neighbors. All right, other side. Take your legs and swing them over to your right, so that your left leg is now in front. And if we can, starting as much as possible with this right knee touching the left foot, and this front shin parallel to the mat, knee at the edge, foot at the other edge. Sit up tall. Some of us, sitting tall is enough. Maybe walk it forward. And it's okay, your right hip will come up off the ground a little bit. That's normal. Stretch it out. Just here, just here. This particular position for the legs and the hips tends to get a little bit more into the low back than the traditional one-legged pigeon. So I just want to start you here today. And then make that decision for yourself if you want to stay here, or we start to take that right leg back. Or it might just kind of come out to the side a little bit. That can feel really good. Journeying it all the way out behind you. And again, really trying to get it all the way to the middle of the mat. So you gotta roll that right hip down, roll the thigh down and in, and then readjust as needed. Stretch in your pose and take your time. We're here for a little bit, so you can explore lots of options. Close your eyes, breathe. Let your mind relax. Let the breath move deeper. If I should go, hold my hand. If I should leave,
No, I hate to think about it, but this is real. It's you and me. This is real. It's you and me.
And slowly begin to work your way up. Find that little up dog extension if you want to. It's not in your body, no worries. And let that right leg come around. Out in front. That last little shake out. Any releasing movements you need, it's all good. All right, let's go into our spinal rolls and go to our backs. Scoot up just a touch to the front of the mat, hands at the back of your thighs, and roll it around. As always, if these are not for you, just come to your knee circles on the back. If you love your plows and shoulder stands, this is a perfect spot for them too. That's kind of nice to be on a hard floor again. And then begin to make your way to your back. No rush. You can still see me. I'm going to turn a little bit sideways for you. Hands on the top of your knees. Use the ground as your massager. Roll around that low spine. Happy baby. Open it up. I'll give you some playful options for your happy baby because I like to do like every variation of a pose when I practice. So you can rock side to side. And so sort of discovering everything. One leg up to the ceiling, maybe a little bit past your midline, and then the other. That gets into hamstrings, calves, back of the knees. Remember, hips, low back, and hamstrings are all very much connected and related to each other. So if you're having issues in one of the areas, it could be related to something in one of the connected areas. Maybe you go one leg out to the side and then the other. Maybe you take one foot into reclining cobbler variation, that foot coming high up almost by the throat or the middle of the chest, and then the other. So that gets a little bit more into your hips. And you can take your full reclining straddle, of course, all 10 toes touching toward the ground. Only if it's something you want to practice today.
I'm never alone. I'm alone all the time. Are you one or do you lie?
Right. And then bring it all in. Return the knees into the chest. This one, give them a nice hug, wrapping the arms around, squeezing the knees together as much as you can into the chest. Ooh, a little rock side to side, perhaps. Usually that pops my hip, but today it popped my knee. Interesting. Keep the knees into your chest, open the arms out, drop your legs over to the right, find your twist. Off. If you need a deeper twist, cross one leg over the other, either leg, maybe extend one, bend the other. Turn your head to the left if you can. And returning to center, realign. And take your favorite twist over to the left. Again, just gentle as having both knees stacked and together. Deeper is having one leg crossed over the other. Doesn't matter which one. That's what everyone feels the best. Your head turned to the right. And returning it to center. Stop. So take a little personal practice moment, meaning any poses that you feel you need before we go into our Shavasana. So I'm going to be doing Shavasana, or guiding your Shavasana from a sitting position, okay? But you, of course, take Shavasana laying down or any position you prefer. Maybe you have a chair or something next to you. You could even lay with your legs up onto that chair or couch or table, and that's a nice elevation and restorative position for your legs. Maybe you have a wall. Oh my gosh, this dog. Back. Nope. Back. Corey, come here. Come on. Here. Sit. Sit. All right. Paul's outside making noise, so she's worried about him. I know. Okay. So find your comfortable position. Begin to settle into it. Good girl. Begin to close your eyes. Maybe you have something to cover your eyes with. Do a little scan of your body and checking that your body feels even on the left and right sides. You're resting at the same place along the feet, the hands, the hips feel even. You're at the center of the back of the head. The shoulders feel even. Quite often, entering into a new year gives us that feeling of renewal, starting over, starting new and fresh. But knowing that you can accomplish that and dive into that every day. Every day is a new day. Every practice, another moment to reset, to replenish, to restore. Moving your exhales longer than your inhales. Really emptying the body before you take that next breath. Keeping your eyes closed, just move the breath a little fuller and a little deeper. Feel how your clothing moves as you breathe. Slowly let movement return to your fingers, your toes. Begin to roll your wrists and your ankles. A gentle rock of your head side to side, just massaging the back of the head. Feeling sensation through the neck. If you'd like, stretch the arms as if you just woke up. You could take a yawn, wiggle the jaw and the tongue. And we start to walk the feet into the sit bones, bending the knees, rolling over to either side of your body. Still keeping your eyes closed. Enjoy the journey as you begin to rise slowly to any comfortable sitting position. Notice how you feel. Set an intention for yourself today, a little goal, something that is not too challenging, a small step that is easily accomplished. Maybe it's a small step that leads you to a bigger goal. And when you do accomplish that intention today, allow yourself that feeling of success, of celebrating, of pride. Continue to make these little accessible goals every day, throughout the day. Always celebrating the accomplishment. As we inhale, reach the arms out and up. Exhale, hands go to the heart. With so much love, we say to each other, Namaste.